Use a range of punctuation in your work.
Just 2 years ago, it was a school placed in special measures by Ofsted, with poor exam results and bad behaviour. Now it's one of the most improved schools in the country, with GCSE grades well above the national average. The focus has been on discipline, and that's part of why Kate expects to do well when she leaves next year.
Now that there's no distractions in the lessons, I can focus more, and it's going to get us a better chance of doing what I want and getting the grades that I want to get.
I've worried in the past, so it was a major concern, but I can see a big difference now with Kate, and she's happier, and I know she's learning, and I can see a big improvement.
Sunderland is total doof, richtig oder falsch? Newcastle is better, yeah?
Another major factor is the quality of teaching. Children are more involved in lessons, and teachers are expected to bring their best.
Louder!
I think, we've all, through what's happened in the last years, upped our game. And I would say, at the very least, teaching is good here.
As well as children being more involved in school life with extra activities, they're also rewarded for good behaviour.
The behaviour's definitely improved.
It's a lot easier, obviously, if there's loads of trouble around school, it's hard to concentrate.
The idea is that children prefer an environment where there is discipline and structure. But to get to this point, the school has had to restructure the staff team. Some have moved on.
And there were some issues with the attitudes and the approaches that students had. The team here has effected an absolute transformation, introducing a new discipline system and doing a lot of training with our staff. Inevitably, there are one or two people who aren't able. Those people have had to move on one way or another.
This school is just one that the schools minister has singled out, getting attention from Westminster.
What stood out for Washington School was the massive improvement that they've made recently. I think we need to acknowledge schools across the country that are not only reaching very high levels of attainment, but those that are making big steps forward, and that's certainly what's happened at Washington School.
Washington School was a place where there were serious problems and serious failings. Now it's one of 16 most improved schools in the North East, where children stand the best chance of making their own success without being failed by the state system. Frances Reid, ITV News, Washington.